Hi guys, it's Sunday the 21st of May and everyone's just disappeared off the plots for a bit. I don't know where they were one, but they all went at once. So I thought I'd do a quick video. We're here today without Rue, so we might get some, hopefully get more work done. With all the rain we've had, it has been really welcome, but the weeds are rife. They've really popped up. So today's main job is weeding. And the ground is now soft enough to get her bed in, so we're going to get that done. Hopefully plant some of my dahlias, which are looking really healthy now. They're really good. I've brought up some of my things from home. I've got some brassicas in here. These are the strawberry plants of Rue's that she planted. They've got lovely fruits coming on them already, so she's very excited. We're going to get them put in her bed for her. And some sweet corns, some little sprouts, red kale, and kiloton cabbages. These are my serenity flowers, they need to go out too. And marigolds are starting to bud up, so they need to go. Oh dear. More dahlias. These are my sprouts. I'm really pleased with them. So they're going out today. And the last of my onions will go out too. So we've been given lots of netting, ready for the sprouts. Well, brassicas in general. I need to put straw, reed, and put straw around the strawberry bed here. Get rid of this tangle of weeds here. Weed all the beds. I only like to hoe the head off them, it's nothing, ouch, nothing major. The peas that I sown have all started to come up. They're looking good, they've enjoyed the rain. So I have a row of those. In the middle inside, if you can see it all, there are 2 rows of lettuce that are forming where I sowed those. And I thought, I think I may have been seeing things, that some parsnip had germinated, but I think I might have been just wishful thinking. Broad beans are flowering beautifully, see? But they've all been attacked by that little weevil that takes that nibbles the leaves. Doesn't damage the plant, it's no problem for them. Looks quite pretty, I think. So yes, beetroot are all doing really nicely. There's 3 different types in here, and I thought I had a bean come up, but no beans come up yet. I'll go around this way. I'm going to dig over this bed a little bit today, ready for the tomatoes to go in soon. The onion bed needs weeding very badly. There are potatoes coming up all over this plot, in the most random of places, everywhere. Like in the weed bed here, the bean trench as well. Garlic is looking good. Onions are all looking fantastic actually now. There's more potatoes in the brassica bed. This just needs the last bit of weeding doing, and this will be raked today and compacted and planted. And this is my cabbage. It's been out for 2 weeks now, and he looks fantastic. That one leaf on the bottom has been nibbled and nothing else has been touched, so I'm pleased for him. We started weeding down the bottom and things are going to the tip, and today we're also going to make an arch here for the beans whilst the ground is nice and soft, so we can push the canes in properly on both sides. It could wait, it's not urgent, but because the ground is soft we think it's probably a good time to do it now. And it'll have this yellow hoop running over the top and beans growing over it. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I've got to get on and do some weeding because this could take all day. So I'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye. Alright, I'm taking a break because I seem to be doing all the physical labour today. Al is building what will be a bean arch, because we obviously don't have enough bean frames already, and arches are pretty, so that's what we're doing. So thought we'd give you a quick run round on how we do this. We have spaced, because this is next to the potato bed, we've actually spaced the holes further apart than we usually would. So these are about 2 foot apart, would you say, Al? Yeah. 1.5 foot, 2 foot. Yeah. Well, a bit more, but yeah, 2 foot. And these, at the end, we've got the extra thick bamboo. It's not like, if you can compare it to normal bamboo, we got this from our local nursery. It was what, £3, something like that, for 5. It's much more sturdy. Then we have constructed with a strut across the top this water piping. Now you can usually pick this up, say, at the side of the road when they're putting waterways in and everything like that. You just ask them, they usually give it away, but you can get it from B&Q and everything like that. But if you're good, you can get it for free. So we're securing the pipe for each pole all the way down to the end. Then they will be lifted and put on the top and then secured onto there. How are you securing them to the top? You don't know, but he's going to. And then we've got 2 more of these, and they will be put down the side as a windbreak. And then if you remember that beam frame over there, it's got the arches that go across it to support it and create more structure. We'll have those coming up the sides here as well, and then down the other sides. So it would be quite firm, and they've gone a good way down into the ground. And then we're going to put, I think, runner beans and pea beans on here. Maybe some kidney beans if they're growing beans, like climbing beans. But probably just more runner beans, because you can never have enough runner beans. So the brassica bed is ready. It just needs raking so it's level. I don't know if you can see it undulates slightly, because this was beans last year. And I just need to finish that last patch of the allium bed. And then I'm going to put in the last of my onions and hopefully plant some leeks. But I might plant them in bunches still, because they're still quite thin, but they need to fill out a bit more before I'm having to put them out. And then randomly we've been finding lots of lovely potatoes, the ones that are all scattered around like down there. So I'm digging those up, and then tonight we're going to have new potatoes for dinner. We don't traditionally do Sunday dinner, so that'll be nice. So there you go. And we've got to build a frame around this before we go, before the child arrives. And I've got to plant all of my brassicas, or at least as many as I can. The sprouts really, really need to go in, desperately. And also, now I don't buy veg. I like to grow my own. But we went into B&Q for some canes earlier, and they were rubbish and very expensive. So I went to the plant rescue corner, and these baby leaf salad clearance £1, because they are obviously dying. I don't know why they reduced them, but I thought I'd get those because I grew a lot of lettuce at home, and the cat dug them all up because he's a twat. So I lost my first sowings, so I brought those as an extra, because I can't get enough of salad at the moment. Your first homegrown salad of the year, with homegrown radishes and onions and everything, is just delicious. Okay, right, I will update you when we've done some more. But first I'm going to have a sit down and maybe a little beer. Bye bye. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to rake over the brassica bed so that it's level, and then any parts that I've dug up I'm going to pat them down, do the gardener's dance, I think as Muddy Boots calls it, over them to make sure it's firm, and then I will plant out my brassicas. So I'm going to start with my sprouts. They're the most important ones at the moment because they're big. We're doing the brassica dance. Now look, it sinks down here. That's no good. It needs to be firmer. So you need to walk on it. Come on, don't chicken out now, because I've got the camera. Alan's been enjoying it. He's been doing some funky chicken dancing, haven't you?
No.
So basically, you can see where our footprints are. Brassicas need firm soil. I know that the thing generally is do not walk on your beds with brassicas. You need to. or they'll get root rot, root rot, clubfoot, all the bad things. So you need to do it. Okay? I'll show you when we finish because this could take a while. The new neighbour's here and he's going to think I'm very strange, so I'm going to be quiet. This is a visual reference for myself. Well, you can see as well if you like. I have kiloton cabbages down the outside here. They are followed by cascade sprouts, then red drumhead cabbage, Romanesco cauliflower, Montgomery sprouts and blue Scotch kale. Across the bottom there are 3 black Licanto kale and so far 2 purple sprouting broccoli, and then in that bottom corner there are 6 scarlet kale, and then there is still space in the middle for a couple of the snowball cauliflowers and standard Calabrese broccoli. Now I've planted everything about 1.5 foot apart each, and then 1.5 foot in the rows. I'm hoping that's enough, but I want to make sure that I've got enough space to get in between and weed, because there is a bit of bindweed down the bottom end, but I'm not overly worried about it because it is just a little bit. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to carry on with planting. I'm exhausted. It's been a very, very long day. See you soon. Almost ready to go home. Got all the brassicas in. You can see these are sprouts and cabbages all down here. We have not got time to make a proper cover for them tonight. So we're literally putting in some small pieces of bamboo with some plant pots on and covering over the top. And that on both sides. I am actually not going to net my kales because I don't know of anybody, and I have never had any problems with cabbage whites on kale. So I'm not going to net those, and it also means I can pick them freely without having to take the net off all the time. The allium bed is finished. It has been dug completely, turned and raked. So that's done. Al's just getting some wood to weigh down the net with. And the archway is finished. I'm exhausted. Planted some Cerinthian in here. And this is our archway done. So these have been secured in. They've been screwed in to the bamboo. And as we go down here, they've been tied in with cable ties. It's looking pretty cool. Al, could you come and there's something to show you under here. Steady, go. They've gone. Where are they? The little monkeys. Ow, there's my head. Oh, that's a shame. Underneath this board here we had a family of voles earlier. There was mummy vole and about 6 to 8 babies, and they were scurrying around and they were so bloody adorable. No, they're not under there either. They're probably under that lot, and I'm not moving it just to show you. Leave them be. So as I walk through my new arch and look at my planted brassicas and the wildlife zone, yes? Yeah, wildlife area. That is this side. Come on, we've had it a couple of weeks. Not even a couple of weeks, a week. We've had it a week. So there you go. We have weeded some down here. I found the edge of this bed here. And it was a strawberry bed, I believe. So what I'm going to do is all these strawberries that have found their way around everywhere else, I'm going to relocate them back into here. There were some lovely foxgloves coming out. They look very beautiful in the evening sunlight. And the Centuria knapweed has been loved by the bees. I hope you liked the little bee video at the start of this video, by the way. See, the strawberries have escaped everywhere. I think they're going to give us lovely crops. I'm obviously going to wait until they've flowered. There's a big lupin in here as well. Again, it's flower spike now. You see that? Lots of massive hollyhocks, everything, and there's some evening primrose, I believe. Oh, there's an aqualegia. I never noticed that. Look. You have an aqualegia. I adore Aquiledias. Also known as columbine or granny's bonnet. Will it focus? Will it heck? Well, there you go. That's an out of focus Aquilegia for you. Hope you like it. So, from here and two very, very exhausted people and our lovely allotment. Until next time, from Ophelia's allotment garden, bye bye. Right, we've just got home, the sun is setting, so I'll do a quick update on what's going on outside for the week. Iceberg lettuce here, it's doing really nicely, it's the only one that survived the cat. New lot of radishes, salad and new spring onions and lamb's lettuce and coriander. Parsnips on the edge doing okay. And these radishes are lovely, doing really well. It's not up there. Okay, these are the dahlias left for at home, and there's some more too, so that's about 11 or 12, something like that. Some sunflowers. I'm not even going to bother talking. Right, sunflowers. This is my marrow. It needs potting on it. The pot is way too small for it now, but it's doing nicely. Cosmos have really bulked up since they're all hardened off on here now, other than the squashes, they go in at night. But the cosmos are looking good. These are teddy bear sunflowers, and these are impomia, which need to be put on the arch at the plot. I'm going to weld it. My daddy's going to teach me how to weld tomorrow or something, and then they can go to climb up that. These are pumpkin, the size of the leaves on that. It's lovely. Sorry, excuse the junk under here. And this is stuff that we're helping someone out and taking them to the tip. And these are different types of squashes. This one is honey bear, and these are sweet dumpling. This is crown prince. These are courgettes, and this is cucumbers at the back, and earthwalker sunflowers. These are my amaranthus. These are, what are these? These are pumpkin as well. This is sweet dumpling. These are my celery. Now I got these free with a magazine. Never really grown celery. No, I think I did about 10 years ago. I'd never been interested in growing celery. But they're coming on really nicely. I'm going to plant them out. There's nothing lost, is there? These are Bells of Ireland flowers. Next lot of zinnias. Some more cosmos and serenthine. These are some Roma tomatoes, like the other ones are very yellow. Is that a thing with Roma tomatoes? I don't know. And at the back there's all different types of beans, and there's poppies here. Now I know they say you should direct say poppies, but I never have. As I sow them in tiny plugs and I put them in, and I've never had any problem with doing that. Some broccoli for my uncle. Some more lettuces on the way. This is my kale that is going to seed. The flowers are done now, the bees loved it, and they'll get these seeds ready. Some nasturtiums and gherkins. My two very lonely cleomes. These will go back in at night time, these will. Some more zinnias, Tithornia, and some very leggy last cosmos. Some more squashes here. I don't know if you can tell, but we've got a lot of squashes because we've got another 15 in the house. More tomatoes. These are the smaller brassicas. All the big brassicas went out today, and these are all the little ones, such as greyhound cabbages and the smaller sprouting broccoli, tiny snowflake cauliflower, black kale, red Russian, things like that. So that's the lot what's left of the brassicas. These are the other Roma tomatoes in this cold frame, and runner beans, French beans over there, some more dahlias, and this is some more purple sprouting broccoli down there, because the ones that we did were quite poor. And over that side there are some more tomatoes, and they are bellotto beans and pea bean. And here I've just got some sprouting peas for salads with some rocket. And these are more sweet corn, these are more squashes, these are my chilies, which are doing really nicely, and they are going to flap. They are flowering. See, here, they're off. These are my salvia cuttings. As you can see, they are starting to flower now as well. So we've got Amstrad and Love and Wishes. So I'm really pleased with how they've grown. In there's loads more marigolds and the lupins. These foxgloves are beautiful. They're the pippa polka dot. I just wanted to show you these because, as you can see in my hand, I have some scapes to my onions, and a lot of them, I would say at this rate, about 50% of them are bolting and gone to flower. So I'm going to take all those scapes off. I mean, some of them are a really good size, like here. There's ones that are bigger that haven't bolted. It's the smaller ones that have bolted. And I think it's more the red onions. I can't tell. There's a volunteer potato down there as well. I'll check, but I'm going to break all these flower spikes off. If they bolt like this, let me see the spike? Literally place it down, snap it off. And you can use these in things like, oh, it smells delicious. Use them in stir fries and cooking generally, salads and things like that. A lovely garlicky, oniony flavour. I'm exhausted. Before I go there, here's another Aquilegia. No one's at home. It's not going to focus again, isn't it? No. And my clematis. See if I can zoom in on those. I can't remember the name of it, but it is really beautiful. It really is. The cherry tree, got lots of cherries, and honeysuckle looks great. The campanula is about to flower. The catnip is crazy but been loved by the bees. So yeah, it's very busy. It's good to get a lot out today. It's that sense of achievement, but as you can see, it's never ending. So, for Ophelia's allotment garden on Sunday the 21st of May, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.